Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. So, are you thinking about getting an axolotl? Stay tuned because on this video I'm going to tell you why you need to take care of an axolotl. For starters, something to have in consideration is whenever you get an axolotl or a pet in general, pretty much it's a commitment. You're gonna have a responsibility to take care of pretty much another member of your family. So the first thing for an axolotl, you obviously gonna need a cycle tank. I recommend at least to have a cycle for about 2 weeks. I think that's the safest way to introduce an axolotl or a new fish to a new tank. Also, I would recommend for axolotls, minimum they require 20 gallon. Some people say 20 gallon for one axolotl, and then if you introduce more, 10 gallons per axolotl. I feel that's still not enough space, so I would suggest 20 per axolotl. And also you're gonna need a fan because your axolotls are going to need a water to a certain temperature. It needs to be between 60 to 64. So people even take it up to 67, but definitely past 67 I honestly would not recommend it. I try to have mine at least a 66, 65 sometimes, but definitely do not go over 70 because that kind of stress them out, and obviously that will not ensure the better living and health conditions for them. The water conditions. So for that, as you can see on my previous videos, I've been using an axolotl. Actually, the correct way to pronounce it is axolotl because it comes from the Nahuatl. And basically, axolotl means water monster. So the axolotl conditioner, this is honestly very helpful. I'm not advertising or anything. This is something I get on Amazon, and that's pretty much how I raise. I take care of my big axolotls and the 140 hatchling axolotls. It makes that water safe, removes chlorine, chloramine, and detoxifies ammonia. This is specifically for axolotls. I highly recommend it. I've been also using an axolotl buffer. This axolotl buffer keeps the water to 7.4 to 7.6 pH, which is the recommended pH levels for the axolotls. So I highly recommend those two products. You can get them on Amazon, as well as the axolotl fan, or you can get them at any pet store. What to feed the axolotls. So when they're little, at least my hatchlings, they won't eat anything that is not alive, unfortunately. So I was pretty much hatching my own brine shrimps. Now I'm transitioning them to bloodworms. I'm kind of mixing frozen brine shrimp with bloodworms. And honestly, they're kind of like eating it now. They're more used to that than the brine shrimp since they're a little older. And that's pretty much what they should be fed, either bloodworms or axolotl pellets that you can find here as well. You can find it in Amazon as well. But make sure as soon as they reach their adult size, the bloodworms are only a treat. They are not nutritional, and they're not gonna get the nutrients they need when they grow older. So make sure once they reach their adult size or their breeding size, make sure to start feeding them worms. I feed mine red worms. I try night crawlers, but they're too big for them and they didn't like them. So they pretty much are used to now to just worms that I get on PetSmart. I would recommend getting on a pet store since, you know, they are already worms that are like clean from parasites and stuff. I also recommend these almond leaves, which keep the water also healthy and kind of like in good levels for them. Something important whenever you're able to sex the axolotl, which you can see on the cloaca, between the tail and the rear legs, you're gonna find a bulge or a pouch. Basically, that's their cloaca. If it's obviously, you know, bigger, means that it's a male axolotl. If it's not like that prominent, that means that it's a female axolotl. So if you have 2 axolotls in a tank, I would highly recommend, once you're able to sex them, please make sure to separate them, because that's how I end up with 140 something axolotls. So that was it for today. Thank you so much for staying all the way until the end of this video. Let me know in the comments what do you think, if you ever heard about the axolotls. I think they became very popular after Minecraft. But obviously it's not just the height that is like a, you know, a popular pet to have. It's also a living creature and part of the family, and you cannot just, you know, buy it for the height. Just buy it because you want to have a family member that you're gonna take care of. Thank you so much, guys. See you on the next one. Hasta la. Bye bye.